Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome to another episode of our Civilization 6 Countdown series, where I'll be counting down the top 10 best civilizations in each category. Today we'll be continuing with the civs that excel at winning a culture victory. Just a note, I believe that any civilization is capable of winning a culture victory on any difficulty with a skilled enough player, but these 10 civilizations have unique bonuses that will make the job a bit easier than the other 36. I do think that winning a culture victory with any civilization is quite a bit harder than either domination or science, because without some bonuses to tourism, you may have a hard time winning before one of the other players wins a science victory or before the last turn of the game. I do recognize that civilizations that are good at conquest can just take the wonders and great works that other people build and collect by taking their cities, but unless they have a specific bonus to tourism, they will often be better off finishing the domination victory than trying to delay and win a tourism victory. So domination rankings do factor in slightly, but not a lot. Also, to try and keep things as fair as possible, I'm assuming a standard map size with 8 civilizations and all settings like temperature and world age set to standard as well. I will also be assuming a fairly generic continents map, so there's a decent amount of land as well as a lot of coastline and water in between the land masses. Stay tuned for after the countdown if you want to see a list of all 46 leader civ combinations and where I have them ranked when it comes to culture. First up, in the 10th spot, coming in at 4 out of 5 stars, we have Indonesia. Indonesia is able to take advantage of strong adjacency bonuses, as well as bonus tourism from its strong tile improvement to set themselves up for a late-game culture victory. Indonesia's leader, Gitarja, allows Indonesia to purchase naval units with faith. If they can get a strong faith engine set up, they can then focus more of their production on things like wonders and let their faith be the source of military growth for them, especially if they also pick up the Grand Master's Chapel in their government plaza. To help with this faith engine, their leader also provides bonus faith in their city centers if they are next to coast or lake tiles. Indonesia's civilization bonus gives their holy sites, campuses, industrial zones, theater squares, and entertainment complexes extra adjacency for being next to coast and lake tiles. It will be very important for Indonesia to plan out their district placement carefully to make sure that the districts they care about the most get the largest bonuses. Indonesia's unique unit, the Jong, gains extra combat strength when in formation with another unit. This is a solid frigate replacement that Indonesia could use to capture a few wonders that they might not have been able to build. Finally, Indonesia's unique tile improvement, the Kampung, is where they get the bulk of their culture victory bonus from. This is a coastal or lake tile improvement that provides bonus production, housing, and food. Once you research flight, this improvement will also get +1 tourism from every bonus food that it provides. If properly placed next to multiple sea resources, this could turn into a lot of tourism in the late game. Indonesia's adjacency bonuses for their districts will help them to be very well-rounded, while also focusing the best bonuses for the districts that play directly into their culture victory, such as the theater square. Combine this with excellent tourism output from their strong tile improvement, and Indonesia should have no problem securing a culture victory. Next up, in the 9th spot, coming in at 4 out of 5 stars, we have Kongo. Kongo is a very fascinating civilization that is able to turn a significant negative in that they are unable to found a religion and turn that into a positive by gaining strong bonuses from other civilizations' religions. Kongo's leader bonus starts with a penalty. They are unable to build holy site districts, gain great profits, or found religions. Instead, they gain all the beliefs of any religion that has established itself in a majority of their cities. They also receive an apostle each time they finish a Mabanza or theater square district. Kongo's civilization ability is where they're able to turn their negative into a positive. They gain extra food, production, and gold from each relic, artifact, and sculpture, in addition to the usual culture and tourism. They also receive 50% more great writer, great artist, great musician, and great merchant points. And finally, their palace has slots for 5 great works. All of these bonuses add up to Kongo having an unusual but significant source of growth, production, and economy, and they are going to be able to get a large number of cultural great people throughout the game. Kongo's unique unit is a swordsman replacement that takes significantly less iron to build than normal swordsmen. Their additional defense against ranged attacks and ability to move and see through woods and rainforests will make these units excellent at hit-and-run tactics or simply to take some nearby cities that can help with your culture push. Finally, Kongo has a unique district, the Mabanza, that replaces the neighborhood. It is available earlier in the game and is cheaper to build. However, it can only be constructed in rainforests or woods. It always provides +5 housing, +2 food, and +4 gold regardless of appeal. This will allow Kongo to save the higher appeal locations for things like seaside resorts while also giving them the ability to grow very tall. Kongo is going to be a tall, wealthy civilization that will be able to acquire more cultural great people than most of the other civilizations in the game. Kongo will want to maximize the number of buildings and wonders they can get that can store great works, as well as figure out which of their opponents has a religion that fits their goals, and do whatever they can to help get that to spread into one of their cities, even if they have to take a city by force. They will then start to use their apostles out of that city to continue to spread it into the majority of their civilization. Coming in the 8th spot at 4 out of 5 stars, we have France led by Eleanor. France under Eleanor has many bonuses towards a culture of victory, and is also able to turn their specific leader bonus into a peaceful method of taking over nearby cities, which can be useful if one of those nearby cities has an important wonder. Eleanor's leader ability allows great works to cause negative loyalty pressure on foreign cities within 9 tiles. If a nearby city has an important wonder that you need for your culture of victory, just stack all the cities within 9 tiles with as many great works as you can and watch it flip over to your side in no time. France's civilization ability gives them 20% increased production for medieval, Renaissance, and industrial wonders, and also gives them double tourism from wonders of any era. You could win a culture victory without building a single wonder. That being said, wonders definitely help speed things up a lot, especially for France with their double tourism bonus. France's unique unit, the Garde Imperiale, gains extra combat strength from fighting on your capital's continent. You could simply keep a few of these around to defend your borders if you're playing a more peaceful game. Or if Eleanor isn't taking nearby cities quickly enough for you, then these units will help speed that up nicely. Finally, France's Chateau tile improvement will be an excellent source of culture, gold, and tourism for them, though it does have a fairly strict placement restriction and that it must be built adjacent to a river. Still, you should be able to have several of these throughout your empire if you plan properly. France will rely primarily on getting tourism from wonders, but will also be able to get quite a bit from their chateaus as well. These make a solid 1-2 punch that really helps secure France's place on this list. Next up in the 7th spot, coming in at 4 out of 5 stars, we have America. Despite having 2 unique units, America is really more of a cultural power than domination power, though they at least have bonuses that will enable them to get full control over their home continent to help them out. America's leader Teddy Roosevelt has multiple bonuses. First, he gives all units plus 5 combat strength when fighting on their home continent. This can be used both defensively to protect yourself and offensively to help secure your entire continent. Second, he gives plus 1 appeal to all tiles in the city with a national park. National parks can often be hard to place since they take up 4 tiles in a very specific orientation and have other strict build requirements. That being said, if you can plan out a couple locations in the early game and preserve those locations for when national parks come online, the bonus appeal can really help out a lot for late game seaside resorts and ski resorts. Finally, he also grants the Rough Rider unique unit, which gains extra combat strength when fighting on hills, as well as culture from kills on its capital's continent. It might be worth waiting to secure your continent until after these units come online so that you can reap the benefits of the extra culture that they provide. America's civilization ability turns all diplomatic policy slots in the current government into wildcard policy slots, while also granting America plus 1 diplomatic favor for every wildcard slot in their government. The extra wildcard slots by themselves will really help to ensure that America has exactly the right policies for whatever victory they want to pursue, especially a culture victory. The extra diplomatic favor can definitely help with a diplomatic victory, of course, but if you're pushing for a culture victory, it can also help you to ensure that all of the World Congress decisions that affect your culture victory push swing your direction. America's unique unit, the P-51 Mustang, received a significant bonus in Gathering Storm along with all aircraft. These units could be an excellent supplement to your military if you still have some nearby cities that you want to take out, but primarily you will likely position these units strategically throughout your empire to help defend your borders. Finally, America gets a unique building in their theater square called the Film Studio. This building provides plus 100% tourism pressure from that city towards other civilizations in the modern era. This bonus is really where America starts to take over the cultural scene. Use your wildcard policies in the mid-game to help generate a lot of great people points, then swap over to tourism multipliers when your film studios start to come online, and watch America jump up significantly in the tourism output. Next up in the 6th spot, coming in at 4 out of 5 stars, we have Russia. Russia comes into this list with a strong ability to produce a lot of great people points and faith, both of which will help them to secure more cultural great people than most of the other civilizations in the game. Russia's leader Peter gives their trade routes bonus science or culture if the civilization they are trading with is ahead of them in technologies or civics respectively. This will ensure that if you start to focus more on one, in this case culture, then you'll still have a strong method of gaining a lot of science to catch up a bit. This will also help keep you more balanced if you decide to beeline a specific technology or civic. Russia's civilization ability grants them extra territory when they found cities, as well as giving them extra faith and production from tundra tiles. Picking up the dance of the Aurora Pantheon can push this faith bonus from tundra tiles even further. On top of helping to purchase great people, they will also be able to use this faith to pick up late game rock bands to help put a finishing touch on their culture victory. Russia's unique unit, the Cossack, gains extra combat strength when fighting in or adjacent to its home territory. These units will help to secure your borders in the mid-game while you continue to focus on building a strong infrastructure for your culture victory push. Finally, Russia gets a unique district, the Lavra, which replaces the holy site and gives them extra great prophet, great writer, great artist, and great musician points. Getting one or two of these Lavra out as soon as possible in the game will almost guarantee you first pick at some of the culturally beneficial religious beliefs. As far as the other great people points that the Lavra produces, there aren't many other civilizations in the game that can keep up with Russia's cultural great people production, especially when they supplement that with some faith purchases from their strong faith economy. Russia will look to win a culture victory by sheer volume of great works in their cities from their many great people that they are able to generate throughout the game. Their bonuses to tundra tiles will ensure that normally barren terrain can be yet another location for a Lavra and theater square to store more great works in. Next up in the 5th spot, coming in at 4 out of 5 stars, we have Sweden. Sweden has some unique bonuses that will help push them towards a culture victory, though one of their bonuses could also help their opponents if they're not careful. Sweden's leader Christina has 2 main bonuses. First, she allows buildings with 3 great work slots and wonders with at least 2 great work slots to be automatically themed when they have all of their slots filled. Obviously, other civilizations have the ability to theme their great works as well, but this often needs to depend on trading with others or getting lucky with great people or artifacts you are able to collect. Either way, it typically takes time to set up theming for every other civilization. For Christina, she will have these automatically themed, so that means she'll be benefiting from the extra culture and tourism several turns sooner than her opponents. Christina's second bonus is that she provides a unique building in the government plaza that provides 2 slots of writing, music, and any type of art, as well as 2 great artist, writer, and musician points per turn. This building was made for a culture victory. Sweden's civilization ability has 3 main bonuses. First, they get 50 diplomatic favor every time they earn a great person. The extra diplomatic favor will help them to make sure that some of the World Congress decisions go in the direction they want to help them with a culture victory. Second, they receive an extra great engineer point and an extra great scientist point from factories and universities respectively. Though not the biggest bonus towards a culture victory, there are still a couple of great scientists that can help, as well as several great engineers that may help you to squeeze out a few wonders here and there. Finally, having Sweden in the game also adds 3 unique World Congress competitions. These competitions can provide a significant boost to Sweden if they are able to win, but this is also a bonus that can help your opponent as much or more if they are able to win instead of you. Sweden's unique unit, the Carolean, receives a combat strength bonus for each point of unused movement. This will enable these units to be strong defenders of your territory. Sweden's final bonus is a tile improvement called Open Air Museums. They can only build 1 of these per city, but they provide +2 loyalty per turn in the city, as well as +2 culture and +2 tourism for each type of terrain in which at least 1 Swedish city is founded. This adds up to 10 culture and 10 tourism if you're able to settle at least 1 city in each terrain: snow, tundra, desert, plains, and grassland. Sweden has several very easy ways to set up good sources of culture and tourism with their auto-themed great works, strong government plaza building, and a solid tile improvement that gets better for every terrain type they have settled on. Next up in the 4th spot, coming in at 4 out of 5 stars, we have Brazil. Brazil comes into this list primarily due to their excellent ability to recruit multiple great people throughout the game. Brazil's leader Pedro II grants a very simple, but also very strong bonus. They get 20% of the cost of a great person back whenever they recruit one. This will continually give them a bit of a jump start on the next great person of a category every time that they recruit one. Brazil's civilization ability grants their campuses, commercial hubs, holy sites, theater squares, and neighborhoods strong adjacency bonuses for every rainforest tile next to them. Similar to Indonesia, you'll want to plan ahead to ensure that the district that is most critical to whatever victory type you have chosen, culture in this case, has the best pick of the adjacency locations. Brazil's unique unit is a very strong battleship replacement that comes around earlier than the normal battleship. This ship is so good that it really encourages you to get a little aggressive when it comes online and take out a few coastal cities that have strong wonders that can help with your culture victory push. Finally, they get 2 unique districts, the Street Carnival and the Copacabana, that replace the entertainment complex and water park respectively. The primary bonus of either of these districts is that they enable the unique special project in your city, the Carnival. This special project provides an additional amenity while being developed, as well as great engineer, great merchant, great writer, great artist, and great musician points upon completion. The cultural benefit of the writers, artists, and musicians are fairly obvious, but there are also several great engineers and great merchants that can help with a culture victory push as well. Either Kongo or Russia are probably better great people choices in the early game, but as the cost of great people begin to scale as you progress through the game, the benefits that Pedro's 20% refund provide will begin to scale as well. This may enable him to snatch several key late game great people from some of the other civilizations. Next up in the third spot, and the first of our 5-star elite culture victory civilizations, we have France led by Catherine. Catherine's France has most of the same bonuses as Eleanor's France, in that she will rely primarily on getting tourism from wonders, but will also be able to get quite a bit from their chateaus as well. In addition to this, Catherine's leader bonus provides her with a way to steal other people's great works out from under their noses, with an extra spy capacity and free promotion for all of her spies. This both slows down their cultural victory advancement as well as speed France's up. If France decides to get a bit aggressive with their neighbors, especially when their Garde Imperiale unit comes online, they will enjoy a small combat strength bonus from their extra diplomatic visibility as well. Next up in the 2 spot, and another 5-star elite civilization, we have China. China will be very focused on getting a bunch of ancient and classical wonders to strengthen its position for the rest of the game. China's leader bonus provides 2 main bonuses that help towards a culture victory. First, their builders receive an additional charge. If you can get the Pyramids wonder, you can actually have up to 8 builder charges with Liang as a governor in one of the 2 policies that gives you 2 extra builder charges. Second, they can spend builder charges to complete 15% of the production of ancient and classical wonders. There are some key wonders that you may want to target over the others to help with your culture victory, but any wonder that you are able to build will still help generate tourism throughout the game. China's civilization ability lets Eurekas and Inspirations provide 50% of the cost of civics and technologies instead of 40%. If China has a perfect game where they're able to get every single Eureka and Inspiration, the boost actually adds up to almost 17% boost for both culture and science. It's unlikely that you'll be able to have a perfect game, but you should still be able to take advantage of this most of the time. China's unique unit, the Crouching Tiger, while not a very strong conquest focus unit, can be great for helping defend your borders and your precious early game wonders from your neighbors. Finally, China's unique improvement, the Great Wall, will also help to protect their borders a bit, as well as provide them with a good source of gold and culture. When you research flight, the culture bonus also grants a tourism bonus, so you want to build a Great Wall tile everywhere that you can. Similar to France, China will take advantage of its bonus wonder production combined with a tourism producing tile improvement to set themselves up for a strong culture victory push. And finally, in the number 1 spot, and another 5-star elite culture victory civilization, we have Egypt. Egypt, like the other 2 5-star civilizations, will look to combine strong wonder production with a tile improvement that provides extra culture and tourism to propel them into a strong culture victory. Egypt's leader Cleopatra greatly increases the profitability of their trade routes, as well as giving them extra gold from other civilizations' trade routes to them. All of this extra gold will give them a lot of flexibility, but an obvious choice for a culture victory would be to spend some of it on great people. Egypt's civilization ability grants them 15% bonus production towards both districts and wonders that are built next to a river. The requirements to be next to a river can be pretty limiting, but the fact that this bonus lasts the entire game gives them a slight edge over either China and France, since their wonder bonuses are limited to specific eras. There is also the nice addition that Egypt's bonus helps with districts as well. Egypt's unique chariot archer is a highly mobile, very strong range unit that comes around in the ancient era. It is highly recommended to take advantage of this very strong unit to pick on 1 or 2 of your early game neighbors to both weaken or eliminate them, as well as make your empire that much stronger as you prepare for the mid to late game push towards a culture victory. Finally, Egypt gains a unique tile improvement, the Sphinx, that can be built on any terrain and grants culture, appeal, and faith, as well as extra faith if placed adjacent to a wonder. This improvement recently got a bit of a boost in that it used to have the restriction that you couldn't build one Sphinx next to another. Now that that restriction is gone, you should be able to have these tile improvements all over the place. When you get flight, this improvement will also provide the typical tourism. Also, all of that extra faith will work nicely with your gold income to help secure great people throughout the game. The extra appeal that these improvements provide can help make seaside resorts, national parks, and ski resorts even better as well. Egypt will look to combine early game aggression, excellent gold and faith production, and a solid bonus towards wonder and district production throughout the game to set themselves up nicely for a strong culture victory. If culture victory is what you are after, you can't go wrong with any of these top 10 civilizations, but the top 3 5-star civilizations will likely have the easiest time on the road to victory. Though you can easily win a culture victory without wonders, these top 3 civilizations' bonuses towards wonder production will just make your culture victory push that much easier than the rest. As promised, here is the entire list of the top 46, so feel free to pause the video here if you want to compare my list to what you had in mind. As always, please like this video if you enjoyed it, or dislike it if you disagree with my list. Either way, I appreciate the feedback and support. Also, please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I hope you join me again next time. Thank you and goodbye.